Hey everyone, it's Tracy Martirana here from Holistic Wellness with Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, I'm glad you're here. Today I want to talk to you about making a turmeric tincture at home. Now, a tincture is essentially just an herb or a medicine or some sort of chemical, really, that has been diluted or pulled out into an alcohol solution. Now, I can get a little more specific and say that in herbalism, it's not just alcohol. We do use some other things as well, but that is the standard definition. I also don't want to go too far into detail here on the benefits of turmeric. You can visit my blog post on this. I will put a link down in the description box where I do talk a little bit more in detail about why you might want to take a turmeric tincture. However, all you really need to know is turmeric is very much an anti-inflammatory agent. So there is a compound in turmeric that counteracts a lot of the inflammation that we have in our bodies. So whether it's just arthritis or some standard just aging aches and pains that maybe aren't really arthritis, but it is a sense of inflammation, it might be beneficial to take it. There is also some evidence that there's some other health issues that could benefit from turmeric. But if you're thinking about giving it a try, I will warn you that buying turmeric tincture can get fairly expensive. My husband and I both started taking it several months ago, and we have been buying these little jars or little bottles of turmeric tincture made by an herbal company, and they're very good. They seem to work great. But with both of us taking it, it started to hit the pocketbook pretty hard. Then I realized, well, this is just silly. We can make it ourselves. Because a tincture is really nothing more than some plant matter in alcohol, we just grabbed a big old jar, some alcohol, and some turmeric and went to town. We made this big jar. This is huge. This is not what most people would want to make. I don't think. This was like 4 cups of alcohol, which is like 95 proof grain, or not 95 proof, 95% grain alcohol. So it's like really, really high proof. So this will actually end up getting diluted in the end. So it was 4 cups of alcohol. This will probably end up being almost 7 cups of tincture when all is said and done. And as you can see, the liquid is turning this nice brown color. So this was a clear alcohol that was in here, and now you can see it's pulling all the goodness in. If I shake it, you can probably see through that light how yellow the glass is. So turmeric, I warn you now, if you're going to make this at home, be very careful with turmeric. It stains everything. That yellow is a crazy yellow. Now, after this sat for several weeks in our pantry, again being shaken every couple of days, we decided, my husband and I that is, decided to amp it up just a little bit. So we actually drained some of the alcohol back off and put the chunks of turmeric into our food processor to really grind them down a little bit more. So originally they were bigger chunks in here. Now it's sort of, you can kind of see, it's like all, I don't know how well you can see it, ground up pieces in there, just to allow a little bit more medicinal goodness to come off of the plant matter. I'm going to leave most of this sitting in this jar and just letting it do its thing. But right now I'm going to just pull off enough just to refill one of these bottles that we previously used. I just saved them and I'm going to refill them. In order to do that, I just have to pull off and strain a little bit of the liquid off of here. I'm going to dilute it with some water, some distilled water. Not quite half and half, but close. You can dilute it more if you want. Obviously, it dilutes down the alcohol a little bit, which is great, but the more you dilute it, you're also diluting down the turmeric goodness. So you have to kind of decide where to call it. Right around 50-50 or a little bit less is at the sweet spot. I think it's a sweet spot. Now, I mentioned briefly that this stains. I just wanted to show you my food processor, just 2 pieces off of it, just so you can see. This is what, like this whitish color is what the pieces of my food processor are supposed to look like. And then this is the one that I used for the turmeric. And I don't know how good the yellow is coming out in this video. Hopefully you can see it well enough, but it stained it and it's never gonna come off. So you just, word of warning, if this is really important to you that your pieces stay nice and white, then you might want to rethink doing this in your food processor. All I'm going to do is strain out a little bit of this, add some water to it, and get it into my little glass bottle. Now, if I had a smaller jar, I could just drain this whole thing, but really, I'm just going to take what I need, and then I might as well just let the rest sit here and just work a little bit more, just in case there's a little bit more goodness left in there that I don't want to miss. So I have a measuring cup, which I'm only making about 1 ounce of this, or a little bit more than 1 ounce, so I don't really need this big size, but it works to hold my little strainer. So I have a strainer, I have a little piece of cheesecloth, just placing that on here. And then I'm going to just pour a little bit of this liquid. I'm just taking a measuring cup just to grab a little bit. And let it drain through just so that I don't get any big old pieces. Just in case there's any questions about the color. It is very, very yellow. So I have this little itty bitty tiny measuring cup that I'm going to use. Again, I'm just making enough to fill this little bottle. So here I have almost 1 ounce as it is, so I'm just going to pour in a little bit of distilled water. What I'm doing is pouring it just into this, that is where I originally had it, so you can see it's getting a little bit of all the extra turmeric that was still inside this glass. And I had almost 1 ounce, so I'm just going to come up to like 1 ounce, about 1.5 ounces, and then pour that carefully into my bottle. If we had a little funnel, that might be a good idea. Oop, we're full. We'll splash out. And there it is, my homemade turmeric tincture. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to click that little thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. And if you aren't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. It lets YouTube know that people are interested in content like mine. Thanks and have a great day.